what are the ways in which one as a producer would make money? And I wrote them down. I wrote down record label, and I wrote down music licensing, and I wrote down all these different things. I drew a circle, and in the middle I wrote happiness, and I had these spokes, and I wrote down the things that I thought would make me happy. I was like, if I was, writing for film and TV, that would make me happy. If I had a record label, if I was DJing out, if I was doing these things, that would lead back to my happiness. So I put my happiness first, and then everything else came secondary. He's like, I'm going to tell you what it's like to be a producer. And I was like, whoa, okay. I was like, I thought, he's like, yeah, it's fun. But he's like, we're in this, we're in this like little cubby, hole in the wall in like London. There's no windows. You can't see anything. He's like, I'm in here 12 hours a day, cranking out loops and samples. Like he kind of, turned down the glamour knob a little bit.
Important.
Yeah.
Very, very valuable.
He really did. He turned the knob down, and he's like, look, man, to be a producer means to produce. Like you have a job, and your job is to do this. And he made a comment. He said, he says, a lot of the people I meet in America, they're aspiring. He said they're aspiring. He's like, you're either a producer or you're not.
Right.
And I thought, and it kind of like blew my mind, because I was like, he's right. Either I step into it and say, yeah, I'm a producer, but I didn't feel like I could own that because I hadn't put out anything that was like substantial. But I realized then and there that if I don't start calling myself a producer, then I'm not gonna make anything substantial. So I think there's some, some of that. And then the other thing he said to me, which stuck with me to this day, and when I, mentor for people, I see people, with their mouse and they're making music, and I'm like, what are you doing? If you're not like, Shrews is, he was like in his chair, he's dancing in his chair, he's like working on music and he's feeling it. And I was like, oh, there's a key ingredient. Feel. Yeah, exactly. And I think that a lot of people, that might listen to this, that might benefit, if you're not feeling it, maybe producing is not for you. Like you've got to feel it. The dance music's great, but I can do more. And I was doing sound design. I was, you know what it was? I remember I took a commercial they had already done, and I redid it, and I was like, this is what I would do. And he went and showed that, and they were like, okay, cool.
Yeah, they liked it.
So that was smart. The tip for you.
Oh yeah.
Ryan's just one of those people, like, one of the first things when I met him, he was up at 6 a.m, and I'll never forget. I was like, dude, you're up at 6 a.m? He's like, dude, every morning I'm up at 6. And he made just the motion he made at the time. I was like, that's how I envision him. That's how he shows up. I call them gifts from the universe. They're on purpose to make you fight harder. Life would not be, if it was a series of wins, you would never know how to celebrate a win. If you didn't have the people in the bucket trying to bring you down, you wouldn't know what it feels like to bypass those. Yeah. And so success to me is not measured monetarily at all. It's your ability to overcome limiting beliefs. It all comes down to your soul song, right? Which is kind of a funny concept, right? What's my soul song? What is your soul song? I think that in each of us as humans, and we're having this human experience, there's something inside of us, for most of us, that have this, we have a desire to express ourselves, right? We want to be heard. We want to we want to maybe leave something behind, or just be heard, right? Or even just get it out. Sometimes it's like, oh, I feel something, I want to get it out, right? And I think that if you feel that, you've got to go after it. The failing is part of it. We call it nourishment. The failing is part of it. The things that we don't want to deal with, right? We all want to go through life eating cupcakes, and we all want, we want all the wins,
all the sweetness.
We want all the sweetness, but life wouldn't be what it is without the bitterness. And to be able to hold both of those in relationship, right? That's where the sauce is. That's where the juice is. When you can hold the bitterness and the sweetness together in relationship, and know that is what's here, it opens up a whole new world. Like you're living life.